talk the truth, you will be notorious when you're living. Then after your demise, you become famous.
Yeah.
When you own the land, you set the price. You set the value.
Right.
You set the parameters.
Right.
We're not setting the parameters. We're letting any John, Dick, and Sally come into our communities and tell us their plans for that land.
Right.
Y'all crazy.
Right. Right.
Y'all letting somebody come into your house, wipe their shoes on your nice carpet, and tell you what they're going to do with your land.
They ain't even sending the actual government officials or anybody. They sending third parties to come and talk to you because they understand what they're doing. Because what that means when they send a third party and their hands clean.
Yeah. The check's been cut. All right, this is another thing. I would encourage everyone that's listening to this right now to go on grants.gov on everything. I promise you will be surprised of what type of money is being distributed out. I promise you. Any and everything that you can think of. Peanuts, Halloween parties,
paper towels,
trash bags, utensils, trash bags.
I seen something on that. Yeah, it's crazy.
I think, what was that, 2021, 2020, the government spent over, I want to say maybe $15, $20 million on peanuts.
Wow. Wow.
So when you do have these third parties coming in, guess what? It's like they're coming in, and we talked about that. I was like, I guarantee you what he's coming into right now is probably going to be about an 8-figure contract.
Oh yeah. Oh, most definitely.
Easy.
Let me share a story with my children's doctor. Well, it's not the doctor, but the woman that come in, check the temperature, get your weight, height, and all that type of stuff. You know, she come in, right? And she overheard the conversation I was having with someone about what was happening, right? And she said, man, that's crazy. Right here in Kannapolis. She said, my family was going through the same thing. I said, well, how y'all get? I said, what happened with y'all situation? She said, one of the young ones out of our family came to us and said, hey, don't sell.
One of the young ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I like the fact that they listen to the young ones, right? So she said he said, why not to sell? They was like, if this QT, God damn, I keep dropping damn name. I'm sorry. Like I would just call you how it is. This your name, God damn it. I'll tell a story, I would tell a story. So this gas station coming in, right? And they wanted to buy their acres, right? They had a nice, good acres, right? So they wanted to build a gas station, a commercial building type thing, right? So it was heirs property. So they offered them, I think the first offer was like 60,000 or something, a little bit over 60,000. And the young man came in and told them, don't sell, tell them no. So they told him no. So 6 months go by. She said they came back, they offered them a little bit over 100,000. They was like, nah, we not gonna sell. They was like, yo, don't come back to my doorstep until you have an amount of money that you think would be reasonable for us.
Okay.
They come back 300 and something thousand. They said no. The man said, man, you building a gas station. They gonna make that within 30 days or 30 days to 90 days.
Right. Okay.
He said, no, we not selling. He said, no matter of fact, don't come back to our land. Don't come back to nobody about no more of our doorsteps. Right. They came back. The last time they came back, they say, look, this is what we gonna do. For every person or every family that's listed on your heirs property, we gonna give them, it was like over $1 million each.
Imagine how much they make in 6 months, though.
But imagine what they make in 6 months. But
how many people we talking about heirs? How many?
Exact. She ain't break all that down.
Okay.
But I know it was more than three on that list.
When we talk about heirs, are we talking about the people who actually said, hey, yes, right, I acknowledge that this is my family's land?
When it's heirs property, 9 times out of 10, it's the matriarch and their children. So based off that matriarch and the children that they had, each one of those family or those bloodlines are on that heirs property, right?
That's
so
dangerous.
Think about, yeah.
That's very dangerous, especially this day and age, because most of the children itself
are gone.
Yeah.
So like my man said the other night when we was watching the live the other night, he said what they do is We're going to put it in the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't going to call your mama. They ain't going to call your grandma. They ain't going to call nobody because they know that who owns the property. They know that. They know who you are, but they're not going to do that. They're going to put it in the newspaper. Who reading the newspaper? Who buying newspapers today?
Okay.
They is.
Okay.
They're going to put it in the newspaper and they're going to say.
Let's call them them.
Them.
I like refer to they as the answers. Let's call them them.
Okay, them. Them going to put it in I love it. Them going to put it in the newspaper. I love it. Them going to put it in the newspaper, right? It's going to be whatever your county or your city versus the heir's property. You have a certain amount of time to come and declare that this is your heir's property. If you don't, guess what happens? It now belongs to the state or the county or the city or the county.
Did y'all pick up on that? Say it again. If you don't claim
if
it,
you
then who
don't
does it go to?
It go to the city or the county, wherever it falls up under.
We've been through this before.
Right. So people, you hear our people always talk about eminent domain. It's only eminent domain because you haven't went down there and you stood and say, you don't come back on my property no more. If I find somebody else coming over there wanting to do a zoning or do whatever, you gonna suffer the consequences.
If y'all don't,
they understand money and war.
Right, and we're great at that. I mean, we're technically great at that as well because what they perceive as money, we looked at as charms and jewels and necklaces and earrings and stuff to decorate our teeth.
But
we
deeper,
also understood war,
right? But we understood it's just a way of life, right?
Yeah.
Because you have these immigrants. Them coming to a land that wasn't even theirs. They feed us this whole Christopher Columbus story, but he wasn't even, man, I ain't gonna go all into the whole thing, but
the only thing he did right was actually
get lost
into his
shit. That's the only thing he did. He got lost.
I'll say the only thing he did right was actually include in his diary the people that he met on this land per description.
But before
skin is copper,
right?
They were decked out in gold.
But it go deeper than that. Before he even did that, it was somebody by the name of DeSoto that was doing this art, man.
Right, the one that got.
He was the only one that survived. Everybody else that kept coming over here was.
Yeah.
So when they tell you wasn't nobody fighting back, it just was at the point that when Christopher Columbus finally got around here, it was just to the point where it ain't much to really fight back. But they've been fighting, and it was a lot of women.
There's a lot of women chiefs. And again, we always lift up. I feel like we always lift up, the male figures, but it's also important for us to actually lift up the chieftainesses.
Right. Because it's the and if anybody correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it's the woman that makes the king.
Oh yeah, I mean literally.
Yeah,
literally. You know how many conversations I would love to have with my students? It's like I can't go there with y'all. Like not on this subject.
Yeah,
it's like we got a fine line.
Yeah.
When they took out church and the church, when they did separation of church and state, that's when everything went to in the handbasket.
Yep. Hell, I say it for you.
Boom, boom, boom.
Hell.
Hey, I know my students right now. They just waiting. Like,
he gonna say it. Right.
Dang, we missed it this time.
Go read a book and get up off this podcast.
Go read a book. Hey, I did I had 2 students that was interested in Behold the Pale Horse.
That's a heavy one.
Yeah.
You gave that to him?
I ain't give it to him. I gave him the title.
Yeah.
I gave him the information to go look it up. And
let's
what they're doing is
they
had another teacher that told them that they were going to order it for them. I said, all right, cool. But one thing that they pointed out was that, we're looking at reviews, this, that, and the third, and, they said some of the pages, were blocked out or blacked out. I was like, yeah, that's a great start. That's a great start.
Yeah.
But it's like, look at what happened to this author. He became famous after his death.
Yeah.
He was notorious when he was living.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. When you talk the truth, you will be notorious when you're living. Then after your demise, you become famous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy though.
We don't look at it from a standpoint of, the value. And we were talking about, even like with the younger generation coming up, it's like, y'all don't value life. It's like y'all glorify death. Death is easy. Try living with, making minimum wage with babies that need to eat. With your woman complaining about you being gone, 12, 14 hours out of the day. It's like,
yeah.
That's those type of games. Those are the most dangerous games.
Yeah.
When we say that. So it's like you literally have to balance that out along with your own sanity to actually make it through the day. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey man, like, shout out to my students, that's watching this as well. Like, definitely appreciate y'all. Dive into that book. I told them the first time I told them, it's like, you're gonna be paranoid. You're gonna be paranoid.
I remember
the first time you pick up that book.
Yeah, the first time I read that book, I only got to the middle of it and I closed it. I think it was like after 5 years after opening it up, I went back and finally finished reading it.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It's heavy. But the stuff that he talks about, the content that he talks about, he breaking it down. He breaks down the dollar bill. He breaks down the symbolism.
You talking too much.
I don't. Behold a Pale Horse. William Bill Cooper. Phenomenal book.
Yeah,
one of the elders shouting them out. Yeah. Reverend Dr. Phil Valentine. And in case y'all don't know who that is, y'all might want to go ahead and brush up on y'all history as far as your education.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they look at like that the internet was a gift and a curse.
It was. It came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere.
What were you doing when it came out?
I don't know.
I don't remember either. That's the whole point. It's like, dang, man, this thing just came out one day.
PlayStation.
I remember that.
Yeah. PlayStation. That's what I was doing. Final Fantasy VII, trying to beat that damn 4-disc game.
I love to watch that. Like certain games like that, like GTA, I like to watch. Like, give me some popcorn. And I'd be like this the whole time.
You talk about GTA today that these kids playing today?
Yeah, Final Fantasy. I like stuff that has a storyline.
Oh, the storyline. Oh, me too. I like those type of games too. I'm not no big like basketball, football game.
Y'all be sitting there like this and you want the sticks? Like, nah, I'm watching.
Yeah, nah,
I'm watching.
Yeah. I like those type of ones. Enchanted was a good one. That was a good one. Or is it Enchanted or Uncharted? One of them. But that's a good game. I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I wasn't really a gamer. Like, I became a gamer. Like, I can't even say I was a gamer. Like, like when I went to college, like Dice was the gamer. Like Dice would be in there from 7 p.m. to 9 a.m.
Play the game.
Hey man, I got to around 33. Just being there chilling. Probably went to the bathroom real quick to brush his teeth, came right back, grabbed some chips and a snack.
And still back on the game.
Just right there chilling.
Dang. Yeah. I don't think I played a game like that since I was in my teens.
I used to play Madden like that.
I never.
And kids used to clown me. It's like the last Madden I brought had Donovan McNabb on the cover. That's your face, man. Yeah, I mean, but that's how I'm not invested into those type of things.
I don't know if I ever owned one.
The game?
Yeah. Madden.
I needed something.
I was buying like Tomb Raider, stuff like that. Like I love those type of games.
Lordcraft.
Yeah, Lordcraft. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Story mode games.
I couldn't get I don't know what it was. It's like I just couldn't get into actually playing them. But now I actually sit back and I watch, Kyron Idris play Sonic. I'm like, all right.
Oh, Sonic.
I want to buy y'all Sega.
See, Sonic was off the chain now.
Yeah, Sonic was.
Dum 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 dum.
Until you got to that level where you couldn't beat.
Oh yeah. You hit it. All your rings gone and all that type of stuff, bro.
Oh my God. Hey, I'll tell you, it's like one of my coworkers, one of my former coworkers, Michael Tate. He put me on this place down in Central, it's Noda area. Mm-hmm. And we was at this it was at this like this I don't know if it's like a lounge or whatever the case may be, but it had like beer and everything on this side, but on this side they had like a couch and everything, and they had a full collection of Nintendo games.
Oh,
with
wow.
a Nintendo. And I was like, hold up. Is that Tyson?
What was the game system called?
It was a Nintendo.
Oh.
Nintendo.
For y'all, Nintendo.
Oh my God. Not a Game Boy. not that new age stuff.
Hey,
Nintendo.
The Nintendo.
What?
That's it.
And it had doggone Tyson. So by this time, you know, we can sit here, we can Google the codes now. We ain't gotta wait for no magazine or nothing like that. Let me go ahead and get to the final level so I can actually fight Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta go through these bumps.
Yeah.
Man, it made my day. Just that little thing right there.
Yeah.
It made my day.
Dang. Mike, wow.
But little stuff like that, man. You know? Like I said, like, even with the gaming and stuff, it's like I honestly think, and to get back, it's like I honestly think it's like, okay, that whole time frame while I was playing video games, while I was, you know, doing everything else other than keeping my face in a book. Look at how much stuff we missed out on.
Yeah.
Look at how much information.
Yeah.
How many conversations we missed out on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So some of that stuff, man, I don't try to live in the past, but it's like conversations I wish I could have had.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you had those conversations at the time when you was younger and you like, man, can you hurry up so I can go ahead and go and be with my friends? Like, dang, hurry up.
Man, yeah.
And then like really take it in. But I find myself sometimes where I can just still hear a little bit of those conversations.
Yeah.
Every now and again. I'll be like, oh, that's what you meant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Nice.
The echoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the echoes.
Yeah.
I wish right now, and I was sitting there thinking about it earlier today, you have, and I was in consideration, like, say, like my mom's side, I was sitting there thinking, like, you know, her grandfather, Dada, and I was like, wait a minute. I started actually doing the numbers. I was like, when Dada was born, and then I started thinking, I was like, wait a minute. His grandma, or maybe even his great-grandma, probably was around during the time of the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. And then like it puts me into, you know, a focus where it's like, yo, it's like I feel a lot of that stuff. Like we both kind of actually we're empaths. Yeah. It's like we feel a lot of that. So then I started thinking, it's like, you know what? It's like everything that's going on right now as far as this land, it's like if we can go back and then fast forward, it's like, what would they say as far as like the actions that are being taken place right now? Would y'all consider us lazy? Would y'all consider us incompetent? Would y'all consider us spineless? Like, how would y'all actually approach this situation in comparison to how we're going about it? Especially as the men of the community, as the women of the community.
Yeah, I and that was my conversation last night I was having with my mom with the whole situation was, boy, the ancestors can't be happy right now. And you know, you got to wake them up. Hey, I need you to move. I need you to move swiftly. I need you to remove on our behalf because we are a spiritual people.
Right.
And the more as a man and the more I go into understanding culture and a way of what we used to do of us honoring our ancestors and we doing those things. And I'm learning that, you know, it is the man that carries that ancestral spirit, that bloodline. It's the man that carries it.
Oh, yeah.
Through his male productive organism. Organ, right?
Yeah. It's organ.
And it is the woman who womb houses and nurtures and cares for that spirit as it comes through.
That's right.
Woo, my Lord.
That's right. Give it a word.
Hey,
give it a word, Bo.
Do y'all hear that? So when you speak on, you say the dangerous games of a man, like we embody the opportunity to bring forth the spirit to come back to this physical realm to make things right.
That's right. The most dangerous game.
And so when I hear these stories where they shooting and killing these young black men and they doing all these things to stop us, or they trying to downplay you and tell you who you ain't because of the power you possess within your.
Let's go.
Why you think
Let's go?
Why you think they always? That's the first thing they did when they hung us. They cut that off.
Cut it off.
Understood that stops the life force.
Cut your lifeline off. Cut your ability to talk, as well as cut your abilities to hear in the afterlife.
Man, it's all. how are we tired? Are you entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Like, when does it come a point to where we truly just see what's really happening and take it and be like, yo, stop that? And I think we're in a good place because we financial literacy is going big right now, right? We seeing a lot of more millionaires being birthed right now, but I need a lot of us who understand this process to stop always trying to say that we got to go. Ooh,
Talk on the
part
bar.
of my
Let's go.
thoughts podcast.
Yeah.
We got to beat the system.
Yeah.
Understand? You don't got to do. You fighting a losing battle.
Yep. Are you listening?
Like, the more I learn of who I am, the more I learn of my family bloodline, the more I learn about this whole system, the more I get empowered to know that when for my children and the ones that's around me, we good.
Yeah.
Because I'm understanding how this thing, you see, we just broke that joint down for you. I'm understanding the chess plays.
Oh, yeah.
So next time I come up on the board, checkmate, motherfucker.
He gonna say checkmate, and I'm gonna goddamn just flip the whole board. It's a wrap, man. It's a wrap.
Are you not entertained? Stop entertaining these folk.
Here's the thing,
man. Come on,
we cannot give you this. Come on, man. No, let's go. Because we can't give you this. We cannot give you this in any other way.
Yeah,
we have to actually say it in a way that actually is either going to enlighten you or hurt your feelings. And if it hurts your feelings, I hope it enlightens you. That's where we at right now.
Right, because we have a duty, right? And you'll hear me, I'm using the term ancestors because that's who we are and this is what we do.
Y'all gotta understand, we're not afraid of y'all.
We got to move on that. Yeah. Call forth the ones that came before us because they're gonna give you the insight to carry you to the next generation. And we really have to tap in with them now, right? It. Because they trying to. You see what they doing with our young boys. You see how they want them to be.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. They understanding it.
Oh.
Let's give them the opportunity to.
Let's go.
Have them conversations with them.
Yeah. But y'all have to be open up enough to actually receive that. So when I say, man, we're not afraid of y'all. We love our ancestors more than enough to even omit as far as anything that you all can actually form in form of a weapon.
Right.
We're not worried about that.
Right.
Like we already stated that. Like, bro, when we're laid down, when we're dead, we're not going to care about how we died, but at least we know that we went out.
Right.
How we're supposed to.
And for myself, at least I know when I leave here, you going to hear my name continuously.
It's over.
I think when they had Bebe's kids, when he say we never die, we multiply. He was on to something with that.
Yeah.
He was on to something with that because that is facts.
Yeah, Robin Harris, great comedian.
Yes.
Great comedian, but also he was a realist, and he was a realist, and I would say idealist, but it's like a lot of times those two things actually conflict. But yeah. I love the message from Bebe's kids.
Yeah, Bebe.
That's where we at right now.
It's don't sleep on that whole movie because that movie was
dropping gems.
That movie was dropping gems.
I tell you what,
and when I go back now, because I was like, dang, I watched it back then. It was entertainment for me.
Watch it now, yeah.
When I watch it now, like it was crazy. It was on Netflix. I was like, dang, Baby Kids on Netflix?
Yeah. Robin Harris. Now, but Faison Love actually finished it for him because he died when he was 38. He was 38 when he died.
I didn't know that.
If you look at his pitch and like. I always go back and look at his pitch and I look at Otis Redding pitch. It's like, yo, they literally looked like they was going through the time. They looked like they were living in the time.
Okay.
They looked like they were living in the time. Because Otis Redding was like 25, 26 when he died. But you look at those, those album covers and you look at his other images.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he's probably in his 40s, like doing like a reunion tour. But truth be told, growing when I got to college, that became one of my favorite singers.
Really?
Him, Stevie Wonder. It's like, you're not gonna tell me nothing about no Stevie Wonder. Like,
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder
That's
is
Stevie.
the ultimate producer, songwriter, singer.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
wrapped in one.
Yeah, all wrapped in one. Oh yeah. He it.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
So I wish.
I get him the GOAT status. That's the GOAT.
What? Yes.
Mhm.
Stevie Wonder. It's like, if I could actually hear Stevie Wonder in his prime of music, that would have done it for me. I've already heard Dungeon Family. I've already heard Anita Baker. I've already heard Jay-Z. Only person right now left is actually here, Stevie Wonder.
You ain't want to hear Kanye West?
I would not. I would.
I'm just messing because
I would not.
I'm a big Kanye fan.
I would love to see him put on a full production.
Who, Ye?
Yeah, I would love that. I would love to say, hey, Ye, we're going to give you a blank check. What can you do with that blank check? And I would love to see his imagination run wild. That's what I love about Ye. He doesn't let nobody downsize or water down his creativity.
Yeah.
He's very misunderstood. Very misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
But I love his creativity. So if anyone has ever watched, go ahead, let's go.
Right there.
Right.
So, like you said, the dangerous game.
Yeah.
And educated, where to the point to where he speaks his emotions, he speaks his mind, he speaks his heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your pure self.
Oh yeah, the most dangerous game.
The most dangerous game. It's like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
do you understand? Like, if you peel back the layers of a man and of a woman, and you just have their natural, organic self, you have no restrictions, you have no regulations, you have no guidelines. We're telling you to be yourself. In this world full of minions, full of copycats, full of individuals who glorify the fact of being acknowledged by strangers or being liked by strangers, in a world that we live in society, that is an anomaly. You are the most dangerous game because you are an individual who thinks and sees outside of the grid.
Right.
So when Ye said off the grid, it's like, yo, you right. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of folks got caught up, and it's kind of like, in certain cases, people will throw you a curveball, just kind of see how you respond, see if you'll swing.
Mm-hmm.
See if you're gonna watch the pitch or you're gonna swing.
What Dungeon Family? Was that Dungeon Family? They say watch for the hook.
Watch for the hook. Cool breeze.
Cool breeze.
Yeah. Trying to outdo my last verse, which was my curse.
Yes.
I know I ain't say that mass right, but yeah, Andre. Hey man, hey, shout out to the lyricist, shout out to the songwriter, shout out to every single person that influenced our life and our generation, our era, the most dangerous game.
Yeah, that's right. All right, that's yeah, it was beautiful. Oh my gosh, bro,
our era was that was it.
Yeah.
After us came the 90s and the 2000s and the 10s.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 10s, bro?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. Okay. That was it with us.
Yeah.
We had everything. Every single sector of music, whatever, bro. We had Johnny Cochran. We had Michael Jordan.
Right.
Thurgood Marshall was still alive. Nelson Mandela, Winnie Mandela was still alive. Like, we had you can't think of any kind of sector that we did not have covered during our time when we actually raised up.
A lot happened in that.
Different.
Like, it was so many changing sectors that happened in that time. Like, man, you go back and you just see everything. Just the pages, like, you see the pages go to, you just see everything as it was just so beautiful, man.
Yeah, it was different.
It was so different. And my son's 16. So I try to tell him these type of things like, y'all cool. It's good. Y'all got it. Yeah. I know everything must evolve and become something, but if you really tap in to the natural of this evolving for y'all generation, bro, imagine what it'll be. Don't get caught up, into the head bop of it.
Yeah, they can't.
I be trying to tell them like you like step outside of that and see it for what it really is, because they got it.
They can't.
They got it.
They literally walked. This generation has literally walked under a circus tent, and they are the size of an ant.
Oh yeah, it's almost like
They can't figure their way out that thing, man.
A microscope, and they put you on the little dish, and
Yeah.
they looking at like, okay, here they are on this dish, and that's
Amoeba. Look at that
yeah.
amoeba.
Yeah,
That's where we at right now.
Do you think it's more so where okay, we speak on our generation, where when we came out the gate, they didn't know what was happening.
Oh, all right. So our generation was screwed from earlier too, because the generation before us didn't pass on what they learned from the 60s.
Okay.
The 60s was stonewalled. And I'm going to say this, like, I don't care. It's like the civil rights movement itself set us back so far that we can't even see. It set us so low that we got to look up to see bottom. So, but now who's here to fight that fight?
Yeah.
Not Medgar Evers. They shot him in his driveway. Not King. They smothered him with a pill in the hospital. Not Malcolm. You got so many different theories rolling out there with that.
Yeah.
Who? Matter of fact, a lot of people don't even realize like they actually, well, I ain't gonna say they. I can say they. I don't refer to they. I say ancestors. Like them is them. They's the ancestors. King, people try to water down Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. They try to water him down so bad. But this brother lost his brother, who was found in a pool. He lost his mother, who was shot in a church. And he lost his own life. For what? But yet we want to rant and rave about Malcolm. I have no problem with Malcolm. I read the autobiography of Malcolm in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
I love Malcolm. I absolutely love Malcolm. But the one thing I could never understand about his life was even though your teacher that you perceive was not living a rightful life, why would you go out in front of film cameras and tell family business?
Mm-hmm. I never looked at it like that.
I always wondered that. He always told you that those lenses, those cameras were evil.
Right.
And as we see today, social media, they manipulate what they want to actually perpetuate.
Mm-hmm.
And then they sell it. They publish it.
Right.
I never understood that.
Extra.
Yeah, read all about it. For the ones who read, because, we don't read, so. Y'all can TikTok, though.
Right. Yeah. It's.
Ooh.
But like I say, it's a gift and a curse.
It's a gift and a curse.
Because them TikToks, social media, depending on what algorithm you in, it can be beneficial.
Yeah.
Or it can be death.
It could definitely be death. Matter of fact, put it this way.
You become a zombie. The more you into that, you become a zombie.
That blue, yeah. You ever wake up early in the morning, you go on Instagram, you check your phone, and then you can't actually go back to sleep. It messes up your rhythmic pattern of sleeping. But man, it's. I always remember certain. I put it this way. I'm very mindful. I'm very observant as far as my surroundings. So a couple years ago, we went to a plantation in Charleston, right? And at this plantation, they had, of course, the sign itself. Don't come in here. Thank you. How y'all doing? All right, brothers.
This is a live podcast.
This is a live podcast. They had volumes of books.
Mm-hmm.
They were
I'm listening.
thick. I got you. They were thick. So I'm sitting there looking at it. It's like, all right, cool. It's like for my sake, like for me, I observe my reading from that standpoint.
Yeah.
Of if you're telling me all these thick books are based upon a religion that we were taught in one book,
yeah,
I have to broaden my horizons.
Right.
I have to actually broaden my thinking. But nowadays, they don't want anything to do with the book. Chapter 1 is this thick.
Yeah.
It's this thick.
Yeah.
chapter 2, chapter 3, and so forth and so on. But we're getting to an age where we don't want to deal with nothing that actually has any form of, it doesn't have, if it has a cover or paper on it or ink, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want nothing to do with that. The most dangerous game.
The most dangerous game. That's
we want to talk. We want to go.
Hey, listen to this podcast more than one time, man. And,
oh God,
and dissect this. Take notes and just here's where we coming from.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
Tap in with it, man. But
we don't care about the views. Like, we care about your views.
Yeah.
We care about how you all actually are receiving this information. We're not up here actually just to tell y'all some stuff so we can monetize. We're literally sitting in front of y'all, giving y'all therapy sessions.
Part of my thoughts. Just, I ain't the only one having these same thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody else sitting at home having these same thoughts. But this, This was a great episode, though.
Bro, y'all don't decompress and go home. Right. Y'all don't decompress and y'all go home.
Right.
Tap in with us.
That's it.
We're literally showing y'all how to decompress. It's like, this is
Yeah.
I honestly think like this is probably one of our most passionate, as well as diving into what we like to actually talk about. Like, this is actually giving them a bird's eye view of what we talk about on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Minus the time.
So
like
So tap in on our next episode. Because, again, this is part of my thoughts. And I'm Baba Akimbo. And this is,
hey, we're rolling on this one. This is
rolling.
Yeah. Yes, we're rolling on this one, bro. We can't even give
hate to say goodbye, but we gotta say goodbye. Yeah.
Gotta say goodbye.
Yeah, we gotta say goodbye.
Dang. I don't want to leave, but I gotta
this
go.
This gotta be a continuation, though. It's gonna be a continuation. But
okay.
Make sure you like, subscribe, share this to your family, your kinfolk, everybody, and follow us. Instagram at Part of My Thoughts Podcast. Also, you can follow us at, what's your Instagram?
Oh, Earth Life.
Ashe.
EURFLIFE. Life.
And Wise_LLC is where you can find me. And we appreciate y'all. Again, this is Part of My Thoughts Podcast.
Right. Peace.